Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You are with me again, Julia, and today we're gonna talk about money. If you are a midwife overseas anywhere in the world and you would like to move here to Australia, do you know how much money you should prepare for in order to get registration as a midwife and work here in Australia? If you are interested, stay tuned, we'll talk about it in this video. There are 4 main paths that you need to pay for. First one is the MCQ exam or multiple choice questions exam. Second one is the OSCE exam or practical exam. The third one is the English test, which you can have lots of options. And the fourth one is the registration. Let's start with the first one. So MCQ exam. MCQ or multiple choice questions exam. If you are in Australia or New Zealand, it is a rule from ALPRA and ASPEC that you need to sit for the exam in person. So you need to book an exam with ASPEC and then you need to go to the exam center and sit for the exam there for 3 hours. But if you are living overseas outside of Australia and New Zealand, you can apply for an online exam or it's called remote exam. So by doing remote exam, you need to have your own private space like a private room and also your device that have a camera access so that invigilator can always monitor you during the whole process of the exam. And the price for the MCQ is 173 Australian dollars plus fee. It can be a fee when you go to the exam center or it can be a fee for invigilator monitoring you. That's it. Next step is the OSCE exam. So for OSCE exam, in order to apply for that, you need to pass the MCQ first. So you might need to wait for around 2 days, like 2 business days that APRA mentioned in the handbook, and then you will get your result back. So once you know that you passed the MCQ exam, they will let you know of when is the next available date to sit for the OSCE exam. So by doing the OSCE, this one you need to come to Australia and it's gonna be held in Adelaide or Melbourne. It depends, they will let you know again later. So money that you should prepare for in order to come here and sit for the OSCE test. First, you need to apply for your visitor visa subclass 600 and that can cost you roughly around 200 Australian dollars. Next thing is the OSCE fee. So OSCE fee is 4,000 Australian dollars as you know in the handbook. And also then you need to book for your flight. It depends on which country that you are flying from and fly back. But for me, I'm from Thailand and it cost me about 1,000 Australian dollars for the return flight. If you come from far away, it can cost you more. If you come closer, it might be cheaper. Alright, so it depends on which countries that you are coming from. And also, I also applied for my insurance because I wasn't sure of what's gonna happen while I'm staying here in Australia. So I did pay for my insurance and it's for like a week and it cost me 60 Australian dollars. Then you also need to have your money for your living expenses. I would say as an average, I prepare for that $500 a week. It can be more if you want to travel and explore more in Australia as well. It can cost less if you don't want to go anywhere and just stay in a hotel, go to the exam and go back, And the other thing is the accommodation. In Australia, I would say accommodation in a hotel, it can cost you 100 to 150 Australian dollars a night. So let's say if you would like to stay for a week, it can cost 1,050 Australian dollars. So in total, it can cost 6,810 Australian dollars. Then, once you finish your MCQ, once you finish your OSCE exam, when you're waiting for the result, because the OSCE exam might take around 2 months for the result to get back to you. So during that period of time, as I said before, if you feel like you can get yourself back, not too stressed anymore, you can apply for the English exam while you are waiting for that. And once you get the result, you might be good to go for the registration. So for English exam, you have several options to sit for. You have IELTS, you have PTE, Cambridge, you have OET or even TOEFL. Okay, if you would like to start with IELTS, it can cost you 460 Australian dollar per sitting. If you want to go for PTE, it can cost 475 Australian dollars. If you want to do OET can cost you 587 Australian dollars. So I would say save money for that, let's say 600 for the English test. Once you pass all of those tests, you pass the MCQ, you pass the OSCE, you pass the English exam, then you're good to go for the registration. So in order to get a registration, go to the APRA website and then apply for the registration process. So attach your document in there, and then at the end of the process, you need to pay for the registration fee. The registration fee is 503 Australian dollars, and by doing the registration process, APRA will ask for a police clearance from you as well. So you need to have a police clearance in Australia, which can cost about 160 Australian dollars, and a police clearance from your home country, which can be the price is different. So check out in your home country again. For this registration process, it can cost you 663 Australian dollars. Okay, so let's summarize all of the expenses. So let's say for the MCQ, you pay for 200 Australian dollars. For OSCE exam, you pay for roughly around 7,000 Australian dollars. For the English test, you pay for roughly around 600 Australian dollars. And for the registration, you pay for 700 Australian dollars roughly. Okay, so that in total, it will come up to 8,500 Australian dollars. Alright, then you might need to know of how long you need to work here as a midwife and get your money back to your account. Okay, so according to the Australian Nursing and Midwifery Federation in SA branch, so as you can see from the table here, I will show on the screen. This table is until July 2025, so if you come after that, the pay will be different. Alright, so let's say, for example, you get paid as a registered midwife first increment, which means year 1, you will get paid 2,868 Australian dollar per fortnight. So in order to do a quick calculation, if you use 8,500 that we're paying for everything and then divided by this number, it will come up to 2.9. So let's say 3 fortnight. So you need to work as a registered midwife in Australia for 3 fortnights, or let's say 1.5 to 2 months, and then you will get all of your money back to your account. But that number is the income before tax, so if it's after tax, it can be a little bit less than that. So do a quick calculation and make your decision if you happy to move here to Australia or you need to earn something more in order to move here to Australia. Okay, thank you so much for watching and hope this information is helpful. If you would like to know some more information, leave me in the comment down below, or also check out in my first video as well. I put some of the summarize of the whole process of registration if you would like to move here and work as a midwife in Australia. Alright, thank you for today. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.